Hello everyone, welcome for today's discussion on educational planning. I hope everyone is fine and healthy. By the way, I'm Mary Nikki de la Cruz Manguera from Santo Niño National High School and I'll be with you today to bring you today's discussion. Is everyone ready to listen? Alright, so make sure you're comfortable with your seats while watching this video. In today's discussion, we're going to talk about MDGs or Millennium Development Goals. What comes first in your mind when you hear the word goals? Yes, those are what we want to achieve, and they're much more meaningful than just what we need to accomplish to survive. Goals are significant because it helps trigger new behaviors, helps guide your focus, and helps you sustain that momentum in life. That's why leaders coming from 189 countries signed the Holistic Millennium Declaration at the United Nations Millennium Summit in 2000. And that is the MDGs or Millennium Development Goals. So at that time, 8 goals that range from providing universal primary education to avoiding child and maternal mortality were set with a target achievement date of 2015. The Millennium Development Goals have 8 goals, and these are to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, achieve universal primary education, promote gender equality and empower women, reduce child mortality, improve maternal health, combat HIV, AIDS, malaria, and other diseases, ensure environmental sustainability, and the last is to develop a global partnership for development. These goals have measurable targets and clear deadlines for improving the lives of the world's poorest people. Now let me discuss the first goal, and that is to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. This goal aims to reduce by half the proportion of people whose income is less than $1 a day, and also to achieve full and productive employment and decent work for all, including women and young people. And finally, reduce by half the proportion of people who suffer from hunger. The second goal is to achieve universal primary education. In other words, this goal aims to ensure that all boys and girls complete a full course of primary schooling or primary education, and that is from grade 1 to grade 6. The third one is to promote gender equality and empower women. This goal focused on eliminating gender disparity in primary and secondary education, preferably by 2005, and in all levels of education not later than 2015. Next one is to reduce child mortality, specifically to reduce by 2/3 the mortality of children under 5. Another goal is to improve maternal health. This goal was lined up to reduce maternal mortality by 3/4 and also to achieve universal access to reproductive health. The sixth goal is to combat HIV or human immunodeficiency virus, AIDS or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, malaria, and other diseases. This is to say that this goal aims to halt and reverse the spread of HIV and AIDS, and also to have universal access to treatment for these two by 2010. And lastly, to halt and reverse the incidence of malaria and other major diseases. Another goal is to ensure environmental sustainability. The target of this is to integrate principles of sustainable development into country policies and country programs. To reduce also the biodiversity loss, achieving by 2010 a significant reduction in the rate of loss. Have the proportion of people without access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation. Lastly, to improve the lives of at least 100 million slum dwellers by 2020. The eighth and last Millennium Development Goal is to have a global partnership for development. This was positioned to further develop an open, rule-based, predictable, non-discriminatory trading and financial system. Also to address special needs of the least developed countries, landlocked countries, and small island developing states. In cooperation with pharmaceutical companies, this goal also aims to provide access to affordable essential drugs in developing countries. In cooperation with the private sector, this goal also aims to make available on the benefits of new technologies, especially information and communication technologies. And those are the 8 Millennium Development Goals. Now, are you curious how far that we get? What we met and missed? Let's take a look at this video clip for us to find out.
Extreme poverty rates have been cut in half, but 1 in 8 people worldwide still go hungry. Enrollment in primary education increased from 83 to 90%, yet 1 out of 10 primary school-age kids are not in the classroom. Gender equality has been met at the primary school level, but women still hold less secure jobs than men. 17,000 fewer children die each day, but 6 million are still dying before their 5th birthday. Maternal mortality fell 45%, though only half of women in developing regions get recommended prenatal care. HIV infections and malaria deaths declined by more than 40%. Still, every hour, 50 young women are infected with HIV. More than a quarter of the world's population got improved sanitation, but 2.5 billion people still don't have basic sanitation like toilets. Economic trade continues to improve, and aid money hit a record of $134.8 billion in 2013. But focus is shifting away from the poorest countries, countries where these goals are least met. As 2015 approaches, we've achieved a lot, but there's still much to do.
The video presented facts about what we've met and we have missed, and it is undeniable that there is still a lot to be achieved. But then, as the statement goes, small changes eventually add up to huge results. Let's be hopeful that these goals have the power to create a better world by 2030, by ending poverty, fighting inequality, and addressing the urgency of climate change. Guided by the goals, it is now up to all of us, governments, businesses, civil society, and the general public to work together to build a better future for everyone. This is Mom Nikki saying thank you for listening and I hope you learned something. Stay safe!